Clic on Air, a journey through the world of languages. Come and travel with us. Listen to us every Wednesday through www.radioamigainternational.com.
Radio Amiga, musical culture, 11 years on air.
Hello, 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 Clic on listeners. Welcome to this Clic on Air show today, Wednesday. Today's the 19th, I think. Okay, it is. And it's sunny. Finally, it's sunny here in Bogota. That's cool. Man, it's a little cold, but it's sunny. At least it's sunny here where I am. I'm a privilege. And I want to say hello to you, and I want to say hello to everyone who's listening right now. And be welcome to this show. Today is Wednesday, and we're going to have an excellent conversation with an excellent guest. But before we start, I want to say hello to Nicolas, which is, I think he's in Bogota too, right, Nicolas?
Yes, I am. I am in the center of the riots and the strikes here in Bogota, near to Americas with Cali Avenue. So,
yeah, you are the one who always calls the police. Yeah, you're the one who always calls the police, right?
I am always on City TV News there, giving interviews. Like I am the guy. No, it's sunny here. Of course, I can see the beautiful Monserrate from my house. So it's sunny. I'm okay. Hello, Teacher Luis. Hello, Clic on viewers, Clic on listeners. Like every Wednesday, we are here to have an excellent show. I am okay today, quite positive in the middle of this situation. But well, I'm trying to keep fighting in this world. And well, today we have an excellent topic. Last week, we talked about pedagogy and education. And today we are going to, we're going to explore that topic deeper with an excellent guest. We are going to talk about this topic, which is amazing for everyone in this moment: pedagogy, education, and teaching. How is it, and also how is the life in a different country? In this case, our guest is in the United States. So how is the life over there? So welcome, Clic on viewers, Clic on listeners, to Clic on Air.
Yeah, that's right. And no further introduction. I want to say hello to our nice guest, to our nice guest, which, as you said, she's in the United States right now, and she accepted this invitation. So welcome, Angelica. How are you?
Hi, guys. Thank you for too. So it's good. First time, first week, sunny.
Oh yeah. What's the season right now?
We're in a spring because it has been a little cold this spring. So this is finally the first week that we can.
That's allergy season.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, for people like me, it's like allergy seasons. Like the time you're sneezing all the time. So that's no. Nicola doesn't know what we're talking about because he's like, he doesn't understand.
I don't know what's an allergy. No, but I like spring. Spring, you say?
Yeah, spring.
It's a beautiful season. Everything is going back. Life it's coming back, and yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you get to see like all the flowers growing, and it's kind of a miracle, when you spend 4 months with these branches empty. Then you start seeing these little buttons coming alive. That's pretty.
Yeah, I don't know why, but when I had this opportunity to experience all these seasons for the first time, I think that my favorite one is autumn and the fall. I don't know why. It's because I don't like spring cold.
Romantic.
No, I don't like spring cold, and I don't like. I mean, I'm from the Atlantic coast, but I don't like really hot weather. And I think that fall is just perfect. Like you don't have allergies, but it's not cold. It's not too cold. It's not too hot. It's just perfect. You can wear sandals.
You know what is funny? Because when we are in fall, I always say this, and this is true. I always said I love the fall, not just because of the colors, because it's beautiful, the colors everywhere. The trees are different colors, but because it reminds me Colombia. It reminds me Bogota.
Wow.
The weather is so good.
Where exactly are you right now?
I am in Stamford, Connecticut, which is like a 30-40 minute train ride from the New York City, from Manhattan.
Okay, you're very close. And do you work there?
I work in Old Greenwich, which is a little town closer to New York.
Well, that's right. Thank you, Angelica. So, Clic on listeners, as you can see, we're going to be speaking with a teacher, Angelica, right from Stamford, Connecticut. And we're going to have a really nice conversation, I promise. It's about a very different topic. But right now, I would like to ask Nicholas to introduce our topic for the day, if it's not too much trouble. I mean, I know.
This is my part, yeah. Okay, click on listeners, click on viewers. Please participate with the hashtag click on living in the US, click on living in the US, and answer these questions. What do you know about the life there in the US? And would you like to live in the United States? Tell us why. It's a huge country, no? The teacher Angelica knows more about that. So maybe, well, it changes, no? Depending of the state, so it's totally different. But yeah, it's a nice country, maybe for living, no? For some people. So please participate with the hashtag and answer those questions. And yeah, because at the end of the show, we will read the comments for our guest.
Remember that you can always tune in on www.radioamigainternational.com. Or if you want to see your faces, I don't promise a lot, but if you want to see your faces, it's that you can go to Facebook Live on Radio Amiga International or on YouTube on Radio Amiga's channel, and you can listen to us and see us. It's not probably the best experience, but you can see us. So I'm not talking about Angelica, but you see, it's like nice.
No, I put myself there. That's okay.
I'm talking about us, especially Nicholas. But now we're going to introduce this section, and we're gonna listen to some music. Nicholas, what is our
Aterciopelados, amazing band.
Okay, click on music. Reggaeton band. Ah, no, sorry. Okay, we're back. Thank you, Clic on listeners. And that
Back
was
to the 90s.
Yeah, remember, Clic on listeners and Clic on viewers that you can participate on our social networks on Facebook or YouTube using the hashtag Clic on living in the US. And you can answer this question like, what do you know about living in the US? And if you would like to live in the US, tell us why. So, and we were just listening to Florecita Roquera by Aterciopelados, which is one of the, I think it was one of the best Colombian bands in the rock history, alongside with, what is the other one? Kraken, probably, yeah. Okay, maybe for me, Kraken is the best, but okay. Angelica, what can you tell us about that? Why do you like that song?
Well, I'm going to be honest. This is the first time that I actually pay attention to the lyrics.
Okay.
But I think Florecita Roquera is one of the songs that represents Colombian youth, right? It young people is represented by that. Well, I don't know if we're young, but
no, especially Nicholas, but no, I don't think Nicholas is.
But it is. It's like this song that is always like with the young people. You always bring the young people up.
Especially Andrea Echeverry, right? Because she's like a young spirit all the time, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Nicholas?
You know what? Andrea, you know, Andrea imitates her mother, no? The real one who is authentic, like who always uses su merced and things like that, is her mother, no? Her mother is like crazy, like hippie, like, and Andrea took her style, and well, I love Andrea Echeverry. It's an amazing singer and musician. And yeah, beautiful song. It took me back to the 90s.
When you were like...
When I was a real young.
When you were like 40, right? Back to the 90s, when you were like in your 40s.
I was 35.
Well, that's, I mean, it's like on this, it was this on Netflix, this documentary about the Break It All, the Latin American rock, which was very famous. I mean, every time they refer to Colombian rock, it was like Aterciopelados, because it's like, especially because Andrea Echeverri, you know, because it was like female voice, those 90s rock and roll here in Latin America was like dominated by men, but she was like the female voice there.
Yeah,
I just think because they don't get corrupted by other kind of music. Like they just keep it real, keep it original, like but they are.
They have a mix with reggaeton still, I hope.
no, don't say that. Never.
Don't.
Well, okay, I want to start asking Angelica this question. Like, this is a very common question, but I want to ask you this question. Like, why did you decide to become a teacher and to enroll on this practice teaching? Because it's difficult.
Well, I was choosing what to be in life. I wanted to be a doctor, but then my parents put me in this high school it was a non-school, and it was the emphasis in the high school was in teaching, and that's how everything started. So when you are in 11th grade in Colombia, sometimes they put you to do this social work, right? Then you have to go and help somewhere, and for us was teaching. So we used to go with the school to this program by the government, and that was called Promundo Activo. And that program was with little kids kids that came from other parts of the country, and that they were displaced because of the violence and because of, las FARC and all these things. So they will come to the city, to Bogota. They don't have a place to live, and they will look for places to study. So they opened this program for those kids. And I started teaching there, and I just loved it. I was like, this is what I want to be.
Oh, that's strange, because normally when you teach kids, no, it's a hard experience. No, most of the teachers say, no, you know what, I don't want to do this in my life. It's so hard. So in this case, it was different, no, teacher, for you?
Yeah, and I have taught everywhere. I have taught I was in the School of Engineers in Colombia, LAEXI. I have been with all levels, and right now I'm in elementary school, and I really like the elementary school.
Okay, I remember the only time I had the chance to teach for elementary school was when I was at my last year at the university, and was like I was doing my professional intern, something like that. And I did it because it was like I need to write my thesis about that. When I finished, I was exhausted. And I said, okay, this is complicated. I mean, you need extra motivation to do that.
Yeah, you need your clown to go out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the most important, like, a moment in human beings, no? When you are a little boy, yeah, you are like, it's the moment where that you need, no? That are really
The
nice
foundations.
teacher. Yeah, and that's why, for example, in countries like Denmark, the big teachers, like the great teachers with masters and PhDs and things like that, are in primary school, no? They are teaching in primary school. So it's because it's so important, no? So
especially in languages too.
Yeah, you couldn't be a teacher over there, right? Like in primary school.
no, yeah, that's true.
Oh, but it's good for you because you like to teach at university level, so you would be a good teacher.
Which is, yeah, it's different. Teacher, but okay, going back to the teacher Angelica, because teacher Luis always makes bad jokes. Sorry about that. So every program he does.
Don't get out of track.
Okay, sorry.
So okay, so now you are teaching in the States, right?
Yeah.
So how was that process? How did you get involved in that process over there?
Well, honestly, it was very frustrating at the beginning. When I moved here, I didn't do it with a work visa. I was studying English here. And even though I study English in the university, because I'm from La Pedagógica University, I didn't feel that I had enough. So I came here and I was studying English here. And I actually came with a program that allows you to babysit while you are studying, and a family gives you like food and, housing and
Like an au pair or something like that?
yeah. That's the program. So I came here not to stay, to be honest. I was gonna go back to Colombia, and I had my jobs in Colombia. I had like 3 jobs in Colombia. When I decided to stay, I started to transfer all my credits from my career. And here in the United States, they're very strict with your credentials, especially when you want to get certified to become a teacher. And from my degree, I actually got the degree transfer, but I was doing my master's there. And I also had a normalista superior, which is a thing in Colombia. They don't have that here. None of that was valid. So yeah, it was like I never did that. Like that disappeared.
Frustrating.
Yes. And then when you start applying for jobs, they request a certification depending on what you're going to teach. So it's different certifications for different things. If you want to be a classroom teacher, is one thing. If you want to be bilingual teacher, is another one. And for that, I actually had to go back to school and pay, semesters and classes to be able to do that. So I couldn't find a job for a year or so. I found a job as a sub, which is a thing that we don't have in Colombia, really. Sub is a substitute teacher that comes for the day if a teacher gets sick, right? Or if a teacher needs to do something. So I will go and cover for these teachers that are absent for the day.
In different schools?
And
or just
no,
in one school?
One school.
Okay.
Well, it depends, because it depends if you're a language teacher. Look, what here we call them essentials to all the subjects that are not math, science, social studies. The other ones are called essential. So if you're an essential teacher, sometimes like me, you're split into multiple schools.
And for how long did you have to study, like to complete the full career?
I had to do 9 classes. And I'm going to be honest, the problem is not the time, the problem is the money.
Okay.
Because education in college level here in the United States is super expensive. So I study, I think it was 2 semesters and I finished. And also because I was very clever, I went to talk to a guy. I went to talk to a guy in one of the universities close by me, and he was Colombian, and he was part of the program. I had to take an English class before I could take any other class, and that was a full semester. So for me, that was a semester that I was going to take just 1 class, and I was so frustrated because I needed the other ones to be able to work. And I went to talk to him, and I said, here, your fellow Colombia, please just sign this paper that says that I know English, like, please. So he did. And I actually would, so that saved me a whole semester.
Pulling some strings.
Yeah.
Nice.
Some smiles.
Okay. That's very Colombian too. Okay.
Good Colombians over there.
Well, and what now that you're part of this education system in the States, what can you tell us about that? Now that you have the 2 perspectives, because you were a teacher here, now you're a teacher there. What can you tell us when you compare the 2 of them?
Well, it's very different from each state. Like each state is like totally different to the other one. Where I am, which is in Connecticut, I gotta say that you can see the difference in the social levels, and meaning the economical levels. So you can see parts there. So here in the United States, you have main cities like New York City, and then you have the suburbs, which everybody lives actually. So these little suburbs are small, and each of them have their own district, which is their own school system.
That's cool.
The suburbs, actually, you can see the difference between one and the other in their economical level. So right now I'm working with a suburb that is very wealthy. So in my perspective, the education goes like super easy because there is so much technology. You can do a lot of cultural things. Like today, for example, I had a weaver that came to teach the kids how to weave Peruvian patterns and things like that, which is awesome. right?
Yeah.
But I also, because I said I'm split into multiple schools, I also have these other schools, but they don't have that. They probably have the technological part because they're part of the same district, but the suburb where they live is not wealthy. So they don't get as much cultural stuff and, as much
Some money,
investment.
money is always an issue, like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, right, for education, because like some people don't get the same kind of opportunities.
Yeah, that's true. But I gotta say, here in the United States, it's easier. Not easier. It's better to become a teacher in a way because you're actually accomplishing what you study for. Like when you study to be a teacher, you want to help people. You want to, teach the kids and not just to take care of them. Like a babysitter. You actually want to like impact them. So here is easier to do that because the amount of kids in the classroom is actually smaller than in Colombia. In Colombia, when I was a teacher, I have 45 kids in a classroom. 45. You're not even able to see the one in the back.
At the end of the year, you're like just learning their names, Like, okay.
You're like, you're the one with the pimple right here.
Yeah, that one. They're like, okay, are you one of my students? Yes, teacher, I'm the one in the back. Really? Okay. If you say so.
Yeah.
So, but that's a big advantage, when you have like smaller groups, you can do your job better. That's for sure.
Yeah. So here we have like the max that I have right now is 25 kids.
That's a good one.
And that's big. That's a big group.
And I imagine you only teach, your subject. Yeah. It's not like here, like the teachers, they have to teach all the subjects, at the same time, mathematics, Spanish, English, everything at the same time, which is other thing we have here in Colombia.
So as I said, it depends on what you want to be. So if you want to be a classroom teacher, you get a certification that allows you to teach math, social studies, language arts, and I'm missing one, science. That's what you teach. That's a classroom teacher. And then you have these other specials that have, music, art, Spanish, languages, whatever the language is, and PE, just physical education. Yeah, all this other stuff.
And Spanish is like a mandatory subject over there?
That's a good question. It's not. It's not. It's actually like a plus. And I gotta say, is most of the districts don't have a Spanish in elementary level. So as I say, I'm in a wealthy district that allows the Spanish to be in the elementary level, which is a shame, I think.
Yeah, because the other day I was reading that Spanish is like the second language of in importance in the United States. Like because this part was like part of Mexico and everything.
Yeah. I also you have kids from different cultures. Yeah. Right. So have you found? Yeah. So maybe
the district that I am in has people from everywhere. And it's kind of funny because I have more European people than American people.
Cool.
Okay, wow.
It's a multicultural room.
Very, very, yeah.
Nice. Well, and how did you decide to go to the United States and why? Yeah, in the first place, like you said, okay, you were studying here and then you decided to go there, but how?
There are many things. The first one was the English part. I think we learn good English in Colombia when you want to learn English in Colombia, but the accent and the fluency doesn't come to you if you don't put yourself in an environment that has the English,
Yeah.
And that's one. And the other one, I think the biggest one for everybody in Colombia is like that anyhow has become the dream to everybody because the country doesn't really offer many opportunities. So just the idea of going outside of Colombia becomes a goal for many. And by the time that I made the decision to come to the United States, I didn't think it that way. In my head, it was just like, oh, I want to learn the culture. I want to go outside and to explore the world. But now that I think about it, it probably was the main motivation. Like I see more opportunity outside of my country, Colombia.
Yeah, in order to grow.
Yeah.
Do you want to leave the country, Nicholas?
Well, now it's everyone is living, no? In this
You're
moment.
not allowed to, right?
People are thinking about that, but no, I stay here. I live many years abroad, and I consider Colombia. It's the place where I feel good. But yeah, like teacher Angelica said, of course, it's a goal for many people.
But you were deported, no?
Well, I didn't want to say that.
I remember his face in one of the pamphlets over here.
I miss my family. So yeah, and that's true. No, it's like for some people it could be a goal, no, to travel to other country, and obviously this change people's life forever. No, so we have had a lot of guests from different countries. They are Colombians and they move to other country and they stay there. No, they say no, this is my life and I found my place here, and yeah, here I am. And that's something that is good, no, as well. And yeah, we need to yeah, I'm sure we need to we need to travel abroad. We need to see the world, no, because in Colombia you stay here, you can learn how to speak very good English or French or yeah, but it's
Spanish.
like I always say, is language is part of the culture, and you need to live that experience of living in that culture and sharing with people and learning about things like that.
Yeah, and you see, listeners, we're here having this conversation with teacher Angelica Morganti. She is right now she's in Stamford, Connecticut in the United States, and she's talking to us about her life over there, the process of becoming a teacher over there. And in a minute, we're going to continue speaking with her about that. We have some other questions to ask her, but it's time to click on music for the second time. We're going to listen to the second song. What is it, teacher Nicholas?
Yeah, okay, let's go into our second music break. Let's click on Internacionales by Bomba Estéreo. Let's click on music. Very good. Excellent.
Okay, click on music. Welcome back, click on listeners. And remember to participate using the hashtag click on living in the US. You can answer those questions like, what do you know about living in the US? And if you would like to live in the US, tell us why. And that was Internacionales by Bomba Stereo. I gotta be honest, and I have said this is the very first time listening to that song. But I gotta say, it's a nice mix of rhythm. I really like, what's that, like pop? Angelica?
I don't know. I think I think it's cumbia, and you have like, I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know what the mix is, but I know it has cumbia because Bomba Stereo is like, that's their thing.
Yeah, like trophy pop. Okay, I don't know. But do you like that song? What's special about it?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because when, here in the United States, we have this thing that everybody needs to be from America. And this song, it just shows that everybody is from everywhere in the world. We just humans can be together dancing.
Yeah, no,
I love it.
No borders.
Yeah, no borders, no frontiers.
Yeah.
What about you, Nicolas? Are you a Bomba Stereo's fan?
I like it, yeah. I really like the music, of course. It's beautiful, it's different. It's like you say, it's mixture of cumbia and electronic music, and
it's fresh.
Fresh, yeah. I love it. Nice song, yeah. Beautiful.
Interesting lyric, right?
Yeah. Like we are from everywhere. That's true.
We're a citizen of the world.
It's because I believe that there are still some people that I don't know, like are annoying a little bit when they listen to other people calling the people from the United States Americans. Like, you live in America, they are Americans, and it's like, America is a big continent. And then you got all this speech. That you had all the big speech about why America is the continent. I live in South America, and there's North America. It's weird.
I actually have a lot to say about that, and I don't want to get out of topic because that's a big topic for me. Here in the United States, the curriculum teaches that are 7 continents. So we split it between North America, South America, right? And then there is Antarctica as a continent as well. Not like in Colombia, the curriculum says just 5.
So
it's a big
so over there, we are a continent.
You are, yeah, Colombians are part of the South American continent. Yeah.
Okay, we're upgraded.
But it's funny though, because if you ask someone, oh, what about Mexico? They'd say South America, and it's not, it's North America.
Oh, okay.
Mexico is next to, no, it's part of South America. Everything from Texas.
I'm down.
South America.
Taking that into account, Canada would be the real super South America, North America.
Yeah, well, and I used to get mad too. Like, why do they call Americans? You are not Americans. Like, yeah. I used to get so mad at it, and now that I live in here, I kind of understand how the culture is, and that's how the belief is. Like, you cannot take back so many years of curricular instruction telling them.
Yeah, personally, it doesn't bother me, and I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's like, okay,
it's like that. The Americans, like that identity, they have their identity so strong, and they, well, of course, they feel like they're proud of the continent, and well, yeah, they are. Like,
and actually, we were taught
that you cannot see that, for example, here in Colombia. You only see the flag on the 20th of July and no more. No, that's the thing we have as a patriots here. But actually, no, the Americans are real patriots. No?
We were taught like that because when I was learning English and we started like they teach you the nationalities. It's like, okay, Colombian, Chilean, Australian. And you go, the people in the United States say Americans, because there's no other way. You see, when I think, okay, I want to change it. I don't want to keep saying Americans, and I want to change it. And I say, okay, people from the United States is really big.
Yeah.
It's easier to call them American.
There is not really a word. And the word America is in the title, United States of America. So it's accurate, actually.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yes, Teacher Nicholas.
Oh, no, nothing.
No, please continue. Go ahead. Do me the honor, continue.
Okay. All right, let's change the topic a little bit. Let's talk about your life over there, Teacher Angelica, in the States. Tell us, what's the typical question? What do you miss, from here? And what challenges maybe have you found there, in living in the States, like in terms of living, no, in terms of the professional life?
I miss the food. I miss my tamales, mi changuita, that everybody hates in Colombia. I don't know why. I hate all that. I miss all that. I'm sorry. I miss all that.
Oh my God.
Everyone's like, changua, why do you miss that? I do. I do miss weird, all la rellena, all that.
Okay, that's something that you must, certainly miss because it's delicious. But is it very different? I mean, living in the U.S. compared to living in Colombia? Is it like the lifestyle and everything?
Yeah,
it's very different.
When I was talking before about why did I move here, and I actually said that my goal was never to stay here. I actually came just for a year. And I think I ended up staying because of the way of living here. It's just so relaxed. There is not that pressure every day. Like, I feel that in Colombia, you're always pressured to do something. And the traffic is insane, but not just that, like every hour you have something to do, you don't get anything done, and you are exhausted at the end of the day. And when you see your career that way, in an exhausting way, then you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's not really your career, it's just the environment, the pollution, the traffic, you know, all these little things, the fear of going outside and getting robbed, you know, all these little things that here you don't have. Like, I'm just gonna make a silly example. During the winter, you know, you wear your gloves and hat and all these things. And sometimes you take your gloves out to do something, to be on your phone, whatever, and you lose a glove. In Colombia, that probably will be gone. Here, not. Here, if someone sees it, they'll pick it up from the ground, they'll put it in there. So if you come back, you'll find it. And the same happens with money, which you never think. My family just, when they came, they actually lost a wallet with money, and the person stayed there until my family came back to give the money back. So just little things like that, you know, to don't, especially when you're women. I go and walk my dogs at night, it's midnight, and I don't feel that, you know, like, oh my God, I gotta be home. Like, no.
Yeah, I had to do it quickly. You know, that money story would be like a legend here in Colombia, because like because
I did it. I found some money and I waited for the person like 3 hours, no, like 20 minutes, something like that. Not too much.
And the person didn't come, so he kept the money. No,
But
you know what?
It's
like
hard, no? It's
For a cell phone. One time I left my cell phone in a store and they called me to give it back to me. Like they
Nice.
found, yeah, it was open and everything. They found my husband information, like it says love. So they just call him and say, hey, I think your love left the cell phone here. So,
And no, what's cool, because here in Colombia they found cell phone and they turn it off immediately, because that's what you do. That's what normal social dictates. Well, you know, like you turn it off because it's something that God gave you, so you gotta keep it. And I want to ask you, because you said like it's so much relaxed, but I have understood, and maybe I'm wrong, that a vacation periods are longer over there, right?
yeah, that too. Well, this is what happens. So teachers are hired for 10 months of the year. It's kind of like when you work in a private school in Colombia.
Yeah.
They hire you just for the 10 months. Here in the United States, you're paid by year, not by, well, some jobs do by hour, whatever. But in the United States, normally they pay you by year. So a teacher is hired for the 10 months and they pay you this salary. So what, as a teacher, what you can do, and everything that I'm saying as a teacher is in the public system, because I have never taught in private, and that's way different here.
Okay.
So in the public system, you can choose if you want to get paid through the 10 months or you want to get paid 12 months. So what they do is that they take some part of your income every paycheck and they save it for you. And then at the end, when you're done with your 10 months, they start paying you. Like if it was a paycheck, but it's not really, it's from your own money.
Oh yeah, because it's your saving.
Yeah, it's your own money, but you don't spend it because, you know, they took it away from you before, and now it's getting in the form of paycheck, but it's not really. So it's not like we have vacation for 2 months. We're unemployed for 2 months, if that makes sense. So we end at the end of June, and then we don't come back until the end of August.
Okay. Yeah, but I know, because when I've been traveling like around South America, I've had the opportunity to see a lot of like American people. They like to travel a lot. They had that opportunity, like it's a thing, you know, when you finish school and you go around and experience the world. It's a nice thing to do.
And it's actually good to have the summers. Like right now, I am going to do my master's, another master's in Spain. So I'm leaving June when the school closes. I'm leaving, stay there for 2 months, do my master's, and come back at the end.
In Spain?
Yeah, Spain. Yeah.
Why? Why do you choose Spain to the master?
Well, first because I teach Spanish here, so for me it's good to have a Spanish background when I'm doing my master's. The master's is in culture and Spanish literature, so for me it's good to go there and actually have the contact with the culture part. They have this curriculum with the culturally what's it called? Cultural, I forgot the name, but the thing is like they actually take you to places is in situ, right? So you go to places and you actually explore those places, do research in them. So it's good. And the other one, which honestly that's the biggest one, is because here in the United States, as I said before, colleges and all undergraduate and after graduate degrees are super expensive. So it's easier for me and cheaper for me to go to another country. So what I did is I researched different masters in different countries and what the United States will credit for it. And this one gave me that benefit.
Wow,
Nice.
that's good.
And now that you, I mean, you, how long had you been living there?
I have been here for 7 years.
Okay, and what has been like the most difficult aspect for you to adapt?
There are many things, to be honest with you, especially the cultural part. There's so many things that we have as Colombian that we take for granted that with the American people is not that easy. Like, I don't know, or the opposite. For example, if I invite people over to my house, for us is our house. So if you come, you sit down, and we, the host, is the one that give you food, right? Here in the United States, they are so open, so people will come, they will open your refrigerator, they will take things, like for us, it's like, wait, why are you touching my stuff? But it's these little cultural things that are like so different to understand.
Yeah, because here is like, I mean, it's customary for you to serve the one who's visiting you. Like, okay, you sit there and let me take care of you. Like, I will offer you water or juice or whatever I have my fridge, and probably cookies, and then I will sit and talk to you. But it's like I feel like it's an invade. I don't know. You're invading my privacy if you go to the kitchen. Like, okay, don't go to the kitchen. As like, let me help you. What do you want?
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, as a Colombian, I think we're so happy all the time. So we want this loud music and we are very friendly. So we're like always hugging. And if we see a friend, we're kissing, like whatever. People are very cold in here, which is not bad, but it's their culture. So for me, it was very hard to understand that when people are cold to me, it's not that they're mad at me, but it's just the way they are.
It's like the personal space, like.
Yeah. But besides that, I don't think there is anything like major.
Some Colombians, well, when they travel to other countries, they don't get the customs, no, like they don't feel with the customs of the country, and they come back, no, because those things, because the food, because the music, because things like that. So it's hard for us, no, I think, for Colombians to adapt to those contexts, because they are so, like you say, just the greetings, no, like we are hello, and we hug and everything, and these people is just hi or hello, and that's it, no, they don't want to get involved with you more or things like that. So that is really hard, no, and that is part of the culture as well. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, if you don't understand that it's cultural, then you can deal with it.
And as I believe that we have that as well in class, because as a teacher here in Colombia, I imagine, well, your behavior is different over there, no? With the kids, and because the students are totally different. Here you are close, and you're, hey, come here, what's wrong? Or you can touch the student, no? But there is like, oh, be careful, no? It's not possible here, etc. So
yeah, I believe that when you decide to go and live in a foreign country, that's most important thing for you to have into account, like the cultural aspect and how to adapt, because you have to understand that it's their country. Like, you have to be open, because if you cannot be open, that's for sure that you're going to be back as very soon,
in a heartbeat. Yeah,
and
because it's the way we do in Colombia. No, sorry, we are here in Spain, for example. When I went to Spain, I went to a store and I say, ¿me puede regalar un churro? So the reaction was like, no, I can't give you anything for free. No, you have to pay for that. I said, no, it's because it's an expression from my country. Sorry. And it was like the woman got mad. No, I remember. Oh, go out of the store. And it was I had to understand that situation.
Yeah, it's similar. For example, when and we were studying in Buenos Aires, we were studying this master, and when we were at the very beginning that we went out, we went eating out like a restaurant, and I don't know, as Colombian, we're used to say thank you for everything. Like if the waiter gives you water, just thank you, and give you the check, just thank you. And that like Argentinian waiter, like he gave us the menu, and I was like, thank you. And I'm like, hey, this is what I want to order, and thank you. And I'm like, and the man was really, really mad, and he told us like, hey, stop thanking me for everything. You don't have to do it because this is my job.
The waiter?
Yeah, and the waiter was like, this is my job. Say, I don't like it. Stop thanking me. And I said, okay, but I thought it was polite.
And you say, thank you.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Thank you. I won't do it. I won't do it again, Mister. Sorry. You see, like, and they was really mad. So like, this is my job. I'm just doing my job. You don't have to say thank you.
And do it in the other way, no? Like you are the waiter, you are Colombian, and you are giving the menu, you are giving everything, and the person doesn't say thank you. So if you look, this person, I am giving everything, and well, maybe this person is from Poland. I don't know, from another country, and it's not their behavior. So
you just remind me of something that is actually very different here. In Colombia, you give like a little tip when you go somewhere. If you want to give a tip, this is totally up to you. Here in the United States, it's like you have to give a tip, right? You have to give a tip. And when I came here, I didn't know that, so I keep on leaving like a $1, $2. And everybody just look at me like, look at this one.
I think it's the 20%, right?
Yeah, it's 20%. You can leave less, depends on the service.
Yeah,
you're
but
basically telling how good they were.
Yeah, here in Colombia, it's like, do you want to include that service in your check? No, I'm just going to give you 2,000 pesos and that's it.
Yeah.
But speaking about like this specific moment the world is living in, it's like, how has this pandemic affected like the American lifestyle and your personal life?
Well, personal, teaching level, just personal. I was home for a year or so, like really just home. We were not in a school. My husband was not working, so we were in a home. So here was very flexible. Where I live was very flexible. People were allowing people to work from home. So it's hard though, because when you're home the whole entire day, you get a little crazy. And we basically were here. Different from Colombia though. We were allowed to go outside because the houses here are not one next to the other one. They're like, we have a lot of space in between houses. So there's a lot of nature. So you're allowed to go for walks without mask. And this happened during the whole pandemic. Like people were just outside walking, and it became a thing, like for mental health, people will go outside and do that. There was a time that I was getting very, very bored. And in Facebook, I remember I started posting videos of like words in English and teaching people how to say some words in English, like chancla, right? When I hit you with a chancla and like that. So I had all the stages, right? I was bored. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But then
like a roller coaster.
Yeah, it was hard. But because so health insurance in here it works quite different than in Colombia. So it was so easy to get access to like tests or the vaccine, for example. We're all done. Like today is the first day the CDC, which is the center of, like the one that dictates what is happening with the pandemic right now. They actually today opened everything in Connecticut So everything's 100% without mask.
Yeah, that's good.
So I just went to Colombia in April, and it was, oh my God, it was different. We were in quarantine for 4 days and then 3 days
Totally,
now,
a
which
little bit
makes no
different.
sense. So yeah, it has been perfect to live a pandemic here and not in Colombia, to be honest with you, because it has
Yeah.
been way better. Way better.
Okay,
See,
nice.
that's a advantage of living in a country like the States, no? Like, well, and it also is the way of how the system works as well, no? Now, some people complain about this system, but actually now you are having your vaccine, no? The safety of your family, and some things
Yeah.
like here in this country, everyone knows it's difficult to achieve, no? Those things
But
like calmness or sorry.
to that point, though, I am very lucky to have my salary and my husband's salary. That's not everybody, though. Not everybody can afford things in here. The vaccine here has been for free, right? Which is awesome that the government is doing that. But normally healthcare in here is not for everybody. That's why they have so many programs in here, because it's very extremely expensive. Like, I'm just gonna make a simple example, like having a kid. Normally in Colombia, you go and have a kid, probably your insurance will cover it. But
Okay.
here, no, you have a kid and just giving birth is like $10,000. So you're in debt since day one. Since day one. So it's insane. It's a lot of money.
Oh my God. Well,
Other reasons for not having kids, maybe.
Yeah, that's birth control right there.
Well, as I told you, there was going to be a very interesting conversation, and that I was right. And but time is very short. But I want to read I want to read some comments, and I mean not all because we don't have many time. But you see, Linda Gallamaya said, "I know there is a general misconception about Americans being the same all over the country. However, they change from state to state. Is that right?"
Yes, that is so true. And even the same Americans say that. The people more to the east part of the country, like Florida, for example, people are so relaxed. And is also the geographical features will allow that behavior, right? People from the south are more like the Texas people. The accents are different. Their behavior is different. You know, there are more connections with the Spanish community because they're closer to Mexico. You know, everything is different.
The
And
Southern
your
Accents
accent
Company.
is quite good. Yeah, you sound like an American almost.
Me? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like the Southern accents are tough sometimes.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They had the yodeling.
yeah. Like the other day, I was talking to this person from Alabama in Kentucky. It's like, oh my God, it's super hard.
Yeah.
And Daniel Rodriguez said, "I would love to live in the U.S. Americans are usually nice."
They are.
Usually or all the time? What do you say?
I gotta say, 100% of the people that I have met is super nice, and they're always welcoming people from other parts of the world. They will always be there to help you out. Yeah, that's true.
Nice.
It's because we have the typical stereotype, no, like Mr. Trump, but that's not the typical American. The American now is totally different. No? Like,
they have it. They have the name. The name is Karens. I don't know in Colombia it's the same thing. Karens, the Karens of the world. Yeah. There are some. I mean, like everywhere in the world, right? They're rude people, but
yeah,
most of them are very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Karens in the Congress here. No?
Oh, well, it's like the misconception sometimes we have about like Argentinians, you know, like they're arrogant and they totally are, but it's no, I mean, it's like they are really, really nice people.
Your friends are watching you.
They are very open and yeah, I mean, it's a total misconception because they are the opposite, you know. Well, I'm sorry, but time is very short, so damn short. And that we have, unfortunately, we have to end this amazing interview. And I want to say thank you to our Click on listeners who are on the other side listening to us or watching us. So thank you for being with us every Wednesday. And thank you, Angelica, for being here and accepting our invitation. And I hope you can get all the things you're trying to get over there and make us Colombians very proud.
Colombia always in my heart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And thank you for being with
Colombia
us
is
today.
in my heart as well. Even is suffering and we are crying right now, but stay strong. Stay strong. Yeah, we have to stay strong. And well, we have lived a lot of difficulties in history. So we have to overcome.
We are the change though.
And thank you, teacher Nicholas, again for another show. Thank you for being with us. Yeah.
For inviting me, everybody.
It's our pleasure. And thank you, Clico listeners. I'll see you next Wednesday with another nice guest in an excellent topic. And remember to tune in and remember to click on languages all the time. So have a nice afternoon. Bye-bye.
Click on Air, a journey through the world of languages. Come and travel with us. Listen to us every Wednesday through www.radioamigainternational.com.
Radio Amiga, musical culture, 11 years on air.